Hi everybody, Super Rope Brothers here.
Ooh, yeah.
And there's only one movie we could be reviewing today.
Just the one.
Just one. Because as we all know in life, you don't face your fears.
No, son. You gotta ride them.
Because that line makes sense.
It's science.
It's science? Is that what's going on in this movie? A lot of science here. Huh? We're going to have a lot of science?
It's not a science.
Rather be at the science fair?
Okay.
Barometric
Tornado
pressure?
hunting is...
Tornadoes on a clear sky, clear day, no rain.
Clear scientific pursuit that you can get a degree for it.
It's fine. Let's just hit the review. Hi, I'm Brandon Roper.
And I'm Otis Roper.
Together we are still
the Super Roper Brothers. Hold on for it. Feels good.
Yes, it feels good to be back, everyone. How's it going? We're doing great because today...
let me tell you, for too long in America, there has been a menace that has been allowed to roam free in the plains of this great nation.
Yeah, or the wind and the rain, and the buffalo play. There's a menace out there using high pressure systems.
For too long,
yeah,
people have been powerless to destroy or stop these foes. But now, tornado hunting.
Yeah, we're going to be out there in the streets because you can't. Well, we already said it. You're right! Obviously, today we are going to be talking about the movie Twisters.
Twisters!
Yes, with an S.
It's like there's a movie called Alien.
Yeah.
And the sequel, how can we save production costs
and
get the point across?
Let us not besmirch the great work of James Cameron, you know, back before he let everybody just make Terminator sequels until they were...
You're wrong for that one. Anyway.
So,
Twisters, starring... Top Gun Maverick's Glen Powell.
Anthony Ramos is in this film.
Anthony Ramos, big shout out to him just for versatility.
Also starring Daisy Edgar Jones as Kate Carter, who is the protagonist. She's kind of the protagonist. Whatever, it's fine. Let's see. David Cornsweet, whose name I actually know, but I don't know why. Maury Tierney, Katie O'Brien, Sasha Lane. You won't know basically most of the rest of these people. It doesn't matter who's in it. You don't care.
You know why? Because you're busy sitting there munching popcorn. You got butter dripping down to your elbows. Your kid done spilled the Skittles in the thing next to you. You're in the theater. It's a wonderful time. Tornadoes is doing stuff that tornadoes probably wouldn't do.
Not at all.
But your suspension of disbelief, which is what a film is supposed to be, that's why Twisters gets a pass. It is what it is. Yes. It's not pretending to be something it's not.
This is a movie that is literally dedicated to that other film Twister, even though I don't know if they exist in the same universe. There's
they give references.
Okay, well they're also using like the Dorothy, which is the thing from the last film, and all that stuff. So it's fine. I have no problem with this. The film gets a little bit crazy, and other than
this film gets really crazy as far as human beings and what human beings behave and act like. This film is nuts.
Yes, and it's just interesting, but we'll get into all that when we start talking about the film, and it's
you gotta ride it.
You do.
You gotta ride.
You in fact have to ride.
I mean, what you gonna do?
Yeah,
you gonna stand there and be scared of a tornado? You gonna go inside?
It's fear.
Are you gonna go down in the shelter?
You got two choices.
Are you going to the basement?
Fear it.
Are you gonna survive it
or ride it?
Or you can run up to it.
Fear it.
Okay, run up on it
or ride it.
Nothing you but.
You got two choices.
You don't face your fears, you ride them.
the film begins with our protagonist,
Yes.
Kate.
She's so happy and full of life with her friends. And they're having a wonderful time.
And they love chasing tornadoes.
And they're having, and it's frolicking, and it's amazing, and it's wonderful, and they're having such a good time, and she's in a relationship.
And once again, tornadoes. And she's in a relationship with tall, McHandsome, gonna die soon. But spoiler alert, he's gonna die soon. What? What did I say? It was so obvious. We started watching it, we're like, well, he ain't gonna be in Twisters 2.
Listen, go watch the old, like, World War II movies, and the guy who says, here's a picture of my girl back home.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah, we're gonna call this the Dak Award.
Yeah.
And if you know who Dak is, he feels like he can take on the whole empire by himself.
Feeling all right, sir?
Just like new, Dak. How about you?
Right now, I feel I can take on the whole empire myself.
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean. Luke ain't thought about Dak since. Said his name twice, and that's all Dak got.
So, Kate is out there living life, and they've obviously done this before. They're not expecting anything to go wrong. They're expecting a tornado to be a mild, friendly tornado.
Yeah, they're gonna, we're just trying to figure out if my hypothesis will work.
Yes.
If I add absorbent material to this tornado, can we eliminate tornadoes? Okay.
Are they high school age? Are they college age?
We really don't know.
But they're so full of life.
They're vaguely like. It's funny because they look like a '90s grunge band, like all of them together. Like it's a really weird, not a weird mix of people, but like everybody's dressed like they're going to a Blind Melon.
They look like what's it? That Old Navy. Commercial, like they look like they're, we got to be doing this in some khakis. Yeah. Like, all right.
By the way, if you got that Blind Melon reference, you need to schedule that prostate exam.
Prostate exam.
You can't keep putting that off.
Things go wrong when the tornado that they thought was going to be a little one.
Yeah. It's not just little; it's a big.
It turns out to be
crazy tornado.
It's shivering in my bones.
It's an earth shaker, all right? It's crackling everything. Everything's going.
It's breaking backs. It's snapping necks and cashing checks. This tornado means business.
Needless to say, all of Kate's friends die.
Dun, 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 dun,
leaving,
dun, 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 dun.
Leaving only her and Anthony Ramos, who have survived this traumatic event.
Now, pause. We don't know this as the audience yet, so we probably should put some spoilers or something like that before.
It's fine. Listen,
Twisters. Yes,
Listen, it's like this.
It's Twisters.
You don't really care what happens. You're there to see the tornadoes, which is fine.
Yeah, we'll get to that character later on.
The reason we're even talking about it is just to give you guys an idea of, was it good? Was it entertaining? It was fun. I thought it was entertaining.
So Kate survives.
Yeah, Kate survives.
And Anthony Ramos' character's name?
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, that's that.
Hold on, he has a name. Javi.
Yeah, well.
Because he's Javier.
Philippe survives.
His name is Javier.
That's what you're calling him. You know you are. You're looking at that dude and going like,
Diablo. His name is Javi.
All right, well, Javi survives. Kate survives. Now, he reaches out to her. She never responds. We find this out during the course of the film. She never responds to him. She never like lets him know anything at all. When she meets back up with him again, he has got involved with a company that has a lot of finances.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, you had a gift for tornado wrangling.
Yeah, we need you to come so we can triangulate around the tornado. We need to get three angles. The army has a penetrating radar that can somehow be used to look through a tornado. We can get a better look at it than we've ever had before.
And they can look inside of a tornado.
But you got to get all three set up.
All three.
Because if you don't get all three set up, we can't triangulate.
From three angles.
This is literally like, it's the funniest thing because anybody who knows how science works, or how much data you have to observe, knows that scanning one tornado in one situation don't mean jack, but that's not the point. Movie.
You know, this is where he and I got to separate views. See, I understand that these movies are purely scientific. Okay.
Yeah.
That they make perfect, complete sense.
We're doing this.
In our break of Concentration America, you know, we got to introduce the most important character in this entire movie.
Well, we do have the movie's pace car showing up, played by Glen Powell, Tyler Owens.
Tyler Owens, T.O.
Yes, T.O.
T.O.
Tyler Owens being the character who's out here in the streets.
Them tornadoes in their place.
That's what he does.
Who are they?
It's Tyler Owens. Calls himself a tornado wrangler. If you feel it.
Scared of nothing and I'm scared to death.
He knows about the weather.
He drives straight up to it.
He feels it in his bones.
Got augers on the truck.
Yes, he does. He's driving basically the same truck from the first Twister movie, the big red truck.
It's paid off.
The funniest thing about these movies is the fact that the people who are in them, there's the ragtag group of storm chasing weirdos who have a bunch of mismatched gear and they're just out there in flannel shirts.
You know, our crew is not like your crew.
I can't breathe and I catch my breath.
We don't need PhDs and fancy tech.
And they're diversified too.
Yes, they
in
are.
the middle of rural America.
Hey, if we can get Philip Seymour Hoffman out there like he was in the first movie, then all these people are just where they're supposed to be.
Okay, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
But it's just one of those things that's funny to me. The ragtag group of storm chasers and then the evil storm chasing team. And that's the kind of you're going to get that twist in the movie. It's one of those things that's just...
Now,
really
here's
funny
the
to me.
thing. Tyler Owens' character, he's a larger-than-life sort of internet guy who's getting attention.
Sometimes the old ways are better than the new.
Well, you can always trust a guy who puts his face on a t-shirt.
You know who likes tight T-shirts
And cowboy hats.
and cowboy hats and blue jeans and people looking at you with their squinty eyes.
Women.
You know,
Women like
and he's
these
in the
things.
rain and it's dripping down and you can see the articulation.
He was tall. He was handsome. His trapezius muscles rippled through his shirt.
Granddad, dang, you're making me uncomfortable.
So it's no surprise to the audience that Kate is totally repulsed by this character when she meets him. She's like, oh, you're such a braggadocious brigand that I just could not.
I could never.
With
With such a
what are your teeth perfect?
ruffian such as thee.
Muscle tone.
As if.
With his perfect smile and his dimples and his
Exactly.
it's just I would never.
I would never.
So yeah, so after this they meet because there's going to be a tornado on a wide open day with a blue sky for some reason.
You don't face your fears.
You got the Javier character who has survived, who tried to reach out to his dear friend who couldn't be bothered. He meets up with some other people that are going to fund him. There's bad guys in this movie.
The bad guy in this is essentially a behind-the-scenes politician.
Who gives you money for your destroyed properties of these tornadoes.
Yeah.
And then so you lose your property, he buys your property.
This is where the movie gets a little ridiculous. Like, we live in the Midwest, as you may have noticed from all of our Chiefs gear that we wear all the time. Kansas City's the only place where people dress like we're tourists. We know tornadoes. We've grown up here. They're not nearly as bad as they are in the movie.
They come out of nowhere.
But they set as the premise of this movie, and this is why they set that there's more tornadoes and people can't get insurance. So that's what allows the movie to come. It was a throwaway line, too, that was very, very quick that you wouldn't have noticed, was that it's becoming almost uninsurable. And then that's when the evil team shows up and they go, well, that's a nice house that you had there. Perhaps we can give you pennies on the dollar for the land. Evil corporate man. And he shows up, he looks like Boss Hogg. So, I mean, it's kind of the thing, too. What? He does.
Boss Hogg.
That's
if
right.
you know who that is without looking that up.
Prostate exam, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? We're still talking about this. Get it together.
Do it!
Get it done. So, yeah, so that's what's going on with his character.
What about T.O. though? See, you look at T.O.
Yes.
and you thought he was gonna be, you thought Tyler Owens was gonna be some regular tornado hunter.
No.
And when he's the
Elvis Presley. And I mean, I don't mean Elvis Presley like Elvis Aaron Presley.
Yeah.
I mean the Elvis Presley from Walk Hard.
Listen to this right now. There's two things you need to know. I'm the king. And number two is, look out, man. Look at that. They're coming at you. You see that? It's called karate, man. And only two kinds of people know it. The Chinese and the king. And one of them is me.
You're the king.
So now, come on, man. Come on. Sitting right there now. Turn around. Sit around. Look out, man.
Look out, man.
I'm the king.
Chop you in half.
Listen.
Underrated movie, buddy.
He's selling the t-shirts and becoming this internet sensation, not for his own personal gain.
Oh, no.
He's doing it for you, the people.
He's trying to help everyone. He's a rough and tumble man with a heart of gold and a white t-shirt that's so tight it leaves very little to the imagination.
And that would probably affect the normal young lady.
Yes, but not Kate. Kate has her heart set on stopping tornadoes. So yeah, this movie, okay, if you can't tell by the way we're acting, this movie is fun. It's a fun movie. I think people should go see it in the theater. It's silliness. This is like, turn your brain off and go have some fun for a few hours. If you're trying to learn anything about tornadoes, for the love of God, no. No. This ain't it.
Hey, you can write to us. I will walk you through our step-by-step process of Tornado Universe.
Yeah, this is like the Star Trek level of tornadoes. And when I say that, I mean, like, you notice how
the
Star
tachyons.
We put the tachyons
Got a subspace anomaly in graviton pulse.
Before the second commercial, we
Dark
will have a
lithium crystals which are recharged everything and not
be able to be solved.
escape until the
character has learned a lesson of morality.
Perhaps
And a
if we
phase compensator for the
convey or we reconfigure the deflector shield, we can. Yes.
With a pulsar beam.
Science noises, science things, solution. Oh, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna learn anything about actual tornadoes from this movie. It's just, I mean, they say things, but like as far as how the tornadoes behave, yeah, we gotta get the absorbent material in there with some silver nitrate, and we can.
You're like, okay.
They're literally talking about cloud seeding, y'all.
Now the thing is, before we get out of here, I got to get a shout out to the most valuable actor in this film, the one that made the Twisters.
The Twisters themselves.
The Twisters themselves being the powerhouses who are careful enough to yank this person. This person.
Yeah, but never the main character.
The main characters, it'll make sure it will reach around them. It'll wrench around. It may swirl a little bit.
It'll casually pull in a trolley.
Yeah.
But not Glen Powell.
We saw a tornado go through a fuel depot.
Yeah, and all these tornadoes, the funniest thing about this movie, they all show up where you can still see blue sky.
Man, hey, listen, some people was having a baseball game. You out there. Now,
it was
from the
half normal and half just the devil. Like, it was just coming over from the other side.
Check it out. We've been in the Midwest a long time. We ain't never been out someplace, hey, we're going to the movie. Hey, look, is that a tornado just dropping out of the sky?
Blue sky. Like,
it's caught on a wave.
No rain, no wind, and then bam, tornado. At a rodeo outside at night in Oklahoma.
10 seconds later.
The main character of the movie is the tornadoes, and it's fun. It's absurd. You're gonna have a good time. He fires fireworks into the tornado.
Are those fireworks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
He really does. That's the thing T.O. does in this movie. He fires. Why? Why do that? Just cause. So I really don't understand. He's just doing this to raise money. It's kind of crazy.
The movie is just a fun, good time.
Yeah, it's silly, but take
it for what it is.
Every movie ain't gonna be Citizen Kane.
So what would you give this, honestly speaking, it says a summer blockbuster, forgettable in 10 years.
As a summer movie that you're just gonna go see, I'll give it a solid 4. This was fair and it was fun, and it was not trying to be anything it wasn't. It was just kind of there. The only thing that was kind of annoying to me was like the shoehorn, like kind of love triangle dynamic they tried to put in there. Yeah. But whatever. Otherwise, go see it. Turn your brain off. Have a good time. You're not gonna learn anything. Okay? You think if you're going in here thinking you're gonna learn about weather,
what you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn that putting on white t-shirts and walking in the rain with cowboy hats is just not a good way to attract the opposite. So
it's definitely gonna make her go, ooh.
Yes, fellas.
Brother, ooh.
Yes, don't do that.
Brother, ooh.
Here's what I'd say.
What's that?
I would honestly give this film a 5. I know it's gonna be a shocker if it wasn't for that silly love triangle.
That's
I would give this movie a 5, and the reason why is because you didn't crap on the old IP. You added to it with some characters that are, except for T.O.
The plain Jane vanilla leads that always have 2 very good looking men looking at them. I'm not knocking it because it's bad. I'm just saying that like the love triangle stuff, like this movie is literally a buddy cop film and a classic romantic comedy, like merged into one genre. Go see it. It's worth it. Support the theater. Support the movies. They actually made something that was fun.
Please. And you can take your kids to it. You can take your family to it.
Yeah, there's nothing in here that's objectionable. It's pretty clean.
Anyway, I am Otis Roper.
I'm Brandon Roper.
And together we are still
the Super Roper Brothers. Wait, oh shit. Oh yeah, hold on. We make it clap. All right, so Javier is out there trying to raise money for what has happened, or he's trying to raise money for. No, he's not. That's wrong entirely.
Okay, here we go. Clap. All right. So
why? Never would I.
No.
How dare you?
Don't worry.
Out here with your Wrangler jeans.
No, he's just
and
a
are
friend.
just so snug.
He's just a friend. No.
Yes,
he's just a friend.
Never.
Don't worry about him.
Not.
I would never.
He's such a braggadocious brigand.
Bridgerton.
Oh.
Listen, she is stalwart in her beliefs.
Yes.
And she will not be swayed by his huge pectoral muscles.
He is in Transformers, where it's like, oh, there's a bunch of big robots and I gotta react to it. I would like to see him in something that is dramatic, where he can truly like take his role. A cop movie, something like Seven. Maybe he's with an older cop. I don't know. That's what I want for Anthony Ramos, because I think he's got the chops.
Who's producing characters, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. We were talking about Anthony Ramos.
Okay, my bad.
Aaron Irvs. As you were.
He wants to be in the room where it happens.
Oh, this movie is
It's like, flying out the Death Star when the flames is catching up to you in space. All right. Yeah, I understand how that works.
Yeah,
you're the one.
The University of MadeUpMonkey.com. Well, yeah, he is the Wrangler of Wranglers. The
man is the Doc Brown of Tornado Wrangler.
I was gonna say Paul Bunyan, because that didn't happen either. But he's